You know, it's amazing to me that the one thing we learned this week coming out of SummerSlam was how gullible people really are. It's amazing to me how people watch something on WWE television and then don't even have the common decency, they don't have the common logic to question why things are happening. If there's one thing that we learned this week, it's the fact that WWE has the majority of its audience by the fucking balls, and people legitimately don't care that they're being taken for fools. WWE has insulted your intelligence on 3 different occasions this week. And some of these people, they just don't seem to care. I care. I absolutely care. And I feel like I've been preaching and preaching and preaching, and still I get bullshit for the views that I express on this show. Let's start with SummerSlam. And whatever happened at SummerSlam in the main event bled on over to Monday Night Raw in the Monday Night Raw main event. New York City disappointed me as fans. They disappointed me as fans. And I knew once Braun Strowman came out and didn't make it a triple threat match, and that he stood on the outside, I knew exactly what his purpose was going to be. And then after the fact, everybody then realized what was happening. I realized it as it was happening at SummerSlam. I even tweeted it out. New York City just sat there and literally bent over and had Vince McMahon stick a dildo up each and everybody's fucking ass. And you all willingly just took it as if nothing ever happened. Vince McMahon made you look like a bunch of idiots. It's not a good business decision. It just goes to show you the lengths in which these people will go to try and push an initiative because they want to push it without caring what you have to say about it. Braun Strowman was used as a puppet to save Roman Reigns and that Universal Championship match with Brock Lesnar. All Braun Strowman was a 400-pound meat shield to pretty much swallow up any negative reaction in that main event. That's all he was used for. Because everybody in that arena hung on to the one aspect of Braun Strowman cashing in so you could get your cheap pop for the evening. And then it never happened. Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship off one spear, mind you. One fucking spear levels Brock Lesnar. Yet I'm supposed to sit there and just fucking take it up the ass like everybody else. One fucking spear? While Braun Strowman stood out there like a fucking puppet? He wins the title and they go off the air. That's it. No cash in. A title change that we knew was an inevitability. But after the fact, I think everybody started to realize that WWE made you look like a fucking fool. And then obviously, the Roman Empire, they're just too fucking blind and too fucking stupid to see anything. Then we get to Monday Night Raw, and those same people, those same blithering idiots, sit there and are praising a Shield reunion. Are you fucking kidding me? Please don't tell me that you are this fucking stupid. Please tell me you have a little bit more common sense up here. I don't believe you people are falling for this bullshit again. I am not falling for this shit. I never fell for it the first fucking time. It's the same fucking shit, just a different year. Yet everybody's so happy that the Shield is coming back. What the fuck are you happy about? This Shield reunion again isn't special? Do you want to know how the WWE should have made the Shield reunion special? They realized that coming out of SummerSlam, that this potentially, probably, will have a huge backlash against them. Because the fans will sooner rather than later open their fucking eyes to this bullshit. And WWE knew. They knew. By putting Braun Strowman, who is just as over as Daniel Bryan, probably even more so, in a feud with Roman Reigns, that Roman Reigns would be getting the reactions that they can't fucking stand to hear. They can't stand it. So what do? In order to have the narrative go their way, and in return make you look like a fucking idiot, they take a red-hot Seth Rollins, who just literally won the Intercontinental title 24 hours before this. A returning Dean Ambrose, who had a hero's welcome upon return. They get the Shield back together because they know that they need to write the narrative in order to get their man over, and in turn make you look like a fucking idiot. Roman Reigns was undoubtedly going to be a heel, or because he's not a fucking heel, he was going to get negative reactions. But against Braun Strowman, you're trying to deflect the fact that people love Braun Strowman, and you want to rewrite the narrative so that Roman Reigns looks like the hero here. And you know that he's going to be getting negative reactions, because who the fuck is going to boo Braun Strowman, especially with the Money in the Bank briefcase? So how do you ensure that Roman Reigns has as little negative reaction as possible? Let's put him with two of the most over guys in the company. Yet nobody sees that, though. Nobody cares to reiterate that on social media. They all want to hype up the fact that the Shield is back. Oh, I love that the Shield is back. You got all these fucking irrelevants in the YWC who suck WWE penis. They just go on and on and on about how this is an up and how this is a positive and all this other shit. Meanwhile, they are feeding right into what WWE wants from everybody. They're sucking dick. Meanwhile, people like me and a few select others are such fucking brilliant minds when it comes to this shit. You know, it sickens me that people aren't open to the fact of what WWE is doing, and they'll just pretty much sweep it underneath the rug. How the fuck are you gonna change the reaction for Braun Strowman? How are you going to do that? It's the same thing with Becky Lynch. I'm going to get to that point with Becky Lynch. You're trying to write a narrative that the fans don't want. You think the fans are fucking puppets, that they're going to do whatever you say at the drop of a dime. It doesn't work that way. Instead of going the organic route and letting things happen naturally, WWE wants to write the narrative as they see fit, and fuck the fans. I hope this fucking fails beyond belief. And the only reason, by the way, you fucking imbeciles who want to use the cheap yet fucking lame argument that Roman Reigns is the big dog because he's the number one seller in WWE as far as merchandise goes, they had 3 Shield t-shirts on reserve before Monday Night Raw. No shit. No shit. Don't use that fucking argument with me, motherfucker. Don't even dare. Instead of letting things happen naturally and playing into the fans, they want to tell you who to boo and who to cheer. Instead of letting Roman Reigns go out there and get fucking booed into oblivion against someone that they genuinely want to see kick his ass and win the title, they're telling you to boo Braun Strowman. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if it does, each and every one of you are a fucking sucker. Tell the story the way it's supposed to be told. Listen to the fans. Embrace it. Just embrace the hate. We would respect Roman Reigns and everybody else a lot more. This Shield reunion is nothing but a fucking farce. It's bogus. And now WWE, I'm hearing rumors that they want to resurrect the Wyatt family to feud with Roman Reigns in the Shield. Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper. What are we living in, fucking 2015 again? Are you fucking out of your mind? Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt's dead! Might as well be buried with Sister Abigail, for all I give a shit. Guy ain't never coming back. He ain't never gonna be in relevancy again. You're gonna put him against the Shield? You gotta be out of your fucking mind if you think this is exciting. Bray Wyatt hasn't done anything in the last 4 years to even get me remotely excited about seeing a Shield vs. Wyatt family feud again. Why? Because Braun Strowman's on another fucking level compared to everybody else? Bray Wyatt ain't gonna be leading Braun Strowman in any battle against the Shield. And you're just going to make Luke Harper into a Wyatt again after being in the Bludgeon Brothers. Get with the fucking program. You know, the WWE had one opportunity to make the Shield relevant. Now, if WWE wanted to bring the Shield back on Monday Night Raw, it shouldn't have been against Braun Strowman. Instead of making the fucking Shield special, they just shoved the agenda right down your throat. You had one way to make the Shield reunion special, and there's only one group of fucking guys in this company that could make the Shield and the Shield reunion special, magical. And that's Undisputed Era. I don't want Undisputed Era anywhere near Monday Night Raw, and I don't want Undisputed Era anywhere near Roman Reigns. But they are the only group of guys that could legitimately make the Shield reunion special. That's what you do when you get the Shield back together. Not someone like Braun Strowman, who's over, like I said, just as much as Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles, and turn him heel because you don't want Roman Reigns to get a negative fucking reaction. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, you're being used as puppets to try and get this fucking prick over. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And where's Roman Reigns in all this? You know, the Shield is so fucking, it's so important to everybody, right? How this is our yard and blah, blah, blah. This is the second time that you push the Shield in the same initiative, with the same agenda, with the same bullshit. And where is Roman Reigns or Rollins or Ambrose to stick up for the fucking history of the Shield? If I'm Roman Reigns and I'm listening to the fucking audience and I'm listening to reactions that I'm getting, instead of bending over and taking Vince's dick up the ass, I'm going to Vince myself and I'm going to say, bro, it ain't working. Why do we need to use Rollins and Ambrose popularity for my sake just to try and get me over when it ain't working? So by associating them with Reigns, it's going to make them look worse. Didn't you do that last time? Rollins had to pretty much work his way back to being Monday Night Rollins. Ambrose got hurt. It probably was the best thing for him. Where is Roman Reigns sticking up for himself instead of collecting a fucking paycheck and being gifted all these fucking opportunities when the entire fucking roster is being buried? It ain't working. Let's go back to the drawing board. Where's Rollins and Ambrose and all this? Instead of just willingly going along and being this guy's fucking puppets, they're going to be there backing him up. And everything's going to try and be spun into a narrative where you have to boo Braun Strowman. And when they don't boo Braun Strowman, WWE is going to have a whole faction be reunited as a failure. All the work that you did for Seth Rollins right down the fucking toilet. You're going to get a lukewarm reaction because I don't think the Shield in 2018 is going to be as big as where Braun Strowman is right now. The Undisputed Era is a group of guys that you fucking get the Shield back together with. Or just like I said when AJ Styles came back to the or when AJ Styles was signed by the WWE and they brought Gallows and Anderson over from New Japan. What happened there? You had the opportunity to bring the Shield back then when Roman Reigns won the world title from Triple H at WrestleMania 32. Instead of debuting AJ Styles in the fucking Royal Rumble, you should have saved AJ Styles to close Monday Night Raw and have a takeover of WWE with Gallows and Anderson. Not only would you have made the Shield reunion that much more special, but you would have probably gotten Roman Reigns where you want him to be naturally. You would have had an epic fucking battle all year for the WWE Championship. And Gallows and Anderson would have been legit fucking superstars instead of being two fucking clowns on the roster right now, never used, and the only thing Carl Anderson has to brag about is the fact that he's got 12-pack abs and a hot Asian wife. Fuck out of here, man. That faction should have laid waste to Roman Reigns at the end of Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania 32. No one here is going to tell me I'm wrong. There's no other idea that was brought to the table that was better than that. But you want AJ Styles in the Royal Rumble. AJ Styles in the Royal Rumble being eliminated in 20 minutes. Why are you going to debut an AJ Styles in the Royal Rumble when you know he's not going to win it? This whole thing reeks of fucking propaganda. The entire thing. The other thing from Monday Night Raw that reeks of fucking propaganda, and I love how WWE and Stephanie McMahon as a figurehead have to brag about Sasha Banks and Bayley and what they did in 2015 at the first NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Did you see? Because I DVR it every fucking week. Did you see Sasha Banks' reaction when that was announced? How she knows that she has to smile for the camera, and she knows that everything is nothing but complete bullshit. How you ruined Sasha Banks and Bayley from 2015, and now merely it's about Ronda, and it's about Alexa, and it's about fucking Charlotte, and apparently it's going to be Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey in the main event of Evolution. How the fuck is that a symbol of a revolution? How? Neither woman have done anything for this fucking revolution. Ronda has been here for 8 months. 8 months. And you're using her notoriety and her fame to push a fucking political agenda. Nikki Bella? What the fuck does Nikki Bella have to do with any type of revolution? Absolutely nothing. The reason why we hated women's wrestling is because of what the Bella twins did. They're the symbol of everything we hate for the women's revolution. Or the Divas division that they so conveniently walked right into. You can't change your tune after you were a symbol for one fucking shitty division. You can't walk right in without doing anything. You've been fucking retired. How is that a main event of Evolution? Can someone please explain that to me? Yeah, you want to brag about Bayley and Sasha Banks. I don't see them in the fucking main event. I don't see them getting chance after chance after chance like Ronda and Alexa and Charlotte, but you want to boast and you want to put them on a pedestal for what they did in 2015 when they haven't been given an opportunity since then to recreate what the division and what this revolution was supposed to be about. Instead of living vicariously through that one fucking match, why don't you fucking give them the opportunity to show you why this revolution really matters to everybody? But no, they're on the sidelines. And yeah, everybody on Monday Night Raw is going to receive a real equal opportunity. Yeah, Ronda at the top is good for business. Although this revolution is nothing but bullshit. Bullshit. And people eat it up. People will call me sexist. People will say that I hate women's wrestling because they're a bunch of fucking puppets. You're a bunch of social justice fucking retards who don't listen to a goddamn thing I say. Nothing. You misconstrued everything that I say to fit your narrative because you don't like it. I'm wrong. I dare one fucking person to come on here and tell me I'm wrong. All WWE cares about is SportsCenter top 10 moments, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey on Ellen. Ronda Rousey on this show and that show. Good Day America. Regis and fucking Kelly. Whatever the fool ever's fucking taking over for Regis nowadays. Michael Strahan. Saturday Night Live. That's all they give a fuck about. They don't give a fuck about anybody else. They don't give a shit. Ruby Riott, Bayley, Ember Moon, and Sasha Banks are playing 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. They're all playing catch-up to WWE's political agenda. How is anybody supposed to feel like they're a part of an evolution when there's a constant struggle for mainstream garbage that WWE is pushing as a revolution? The main event of WWE Evolution for this women's revolution is someone who's the star of a reality TV show who has absolutely nothing to do with why this revolution even got started. If you want to go back and really give her some fucking credit, everything that AJ Lee said about them was 100% fact. So maybe they do have a small part in WWE Evolution, or the revolution of this women's era. A reality TV star versus someone who's been here for 8 months, who I respect. I have no problem with Ronda, but the way WWE has positioned Ronda above everybody else, everybody is, again, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And we'll never have an opportunity on Monday Night Raw until Ronda Rousey is no longer WWE Women's Champion. Am I wrong? Of course not. The reason why this division is even a thing is because WWE allowed Sasha Banks and Bayley to go out there for 25 fucking minutes, and the real evolution of the women's division and women's wrestling was born in NXT. Don't get that fucked up. It didn't begin with Alexa Bliss. It didn't begin with Monday Night Raw or Stephanie McMahon or Carmella or Ronda Rousey. It began in NXT. Sasha Banks and Bayley were given the opportunity to go out there for 25 minutes and give you exactly what this division should be built upon. And that is equality between men and women. Sasha Banks and Bayley were given the opportunity to be equal to the men, and they delivered in every aspect of that match. They have not been given one opportunity since that match. And if you count Sasha Banks' title reigns and feud with Charlotte, you're a fucking fool. Her title reigns didn't even last 3 weeks combined. That's not a chance. That's merely being used as a puppet to push Charlotte. A revolution starts with Bayley and Sasha. Your first pay-per-view should also be on what happened that night and women like Sasha and Bayley. Go back and watch that match. You'll see the difference between Sasha then and Sasha now. Sasha now, when you look back to 2015, Sasha now looks dead. She looks uninspired, she looks frustrated, and she looks completely out of place. She just goes through the motions. Sasha Banks on that night was a fucking superstar. An absolute superstar. She came out of a fucking Escalade looking like a superstar. She acted like a superstar. And I don't believe we've ever had one women's match on the main roster that captured the beauty of professional wrestling like that match did. Every single person in the Barclays Center on that night hung on to every movement those two women did in that ring. You heard chants of Sasha's ratchet, let's go Bayley, and by the end of the night, people were chanting, let's go Sasha, let's go Bayley. I dare anyone on the main roster to get a reaction like those two women got. It hasn't happened yet. So when you want to push a fucking revolution, when you want to push an evolution, why don't you open your fucking eyes, do some research, and go back and look to how everything started compared to now. The fact that those two women haven't been given an opportunity to build upon that match, but you want to put them in fucking Dr. Shelby's office, you should be fucking out of a job before I even breathe. Fuck out of here with this bullshit. That's why I want no one from the Mae Young Classic. I want no one from NXT to come on up to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. If this is the way of women's wrestling on Monday Night Raw, I want nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Push your fucking agenda. Give me your Evolution pay-per-view, because right now, what you got planned and what's rumored is nothing but a goddamn joke. Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey better not be happening. And if it does, I hope this pay-per-view fucking fails beyond anything else that this division has seen all year. Another thing WWE is failing with this year is Becky Lynch. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I feel like I'm talking about Roman Reigns just in Becky Lynch. You're pushing a narrative that nobody wants. If anybody thinks that Becky Lynch believed anything she said on Tuesday night, you're a fucking idiot. If you ask Becky Lynch if she believed the words coming out of her mouth, that WWE, by the way, conveniently left off their YouTube channel, the most important lines in that promo were left off the YouTube version of that promo. Her putting down the fans weren't even a thing. It was said, and now WWE wants you to forget it. Why? Are they having second thoughts? Are they going to change and actually listen to the fans for once? There's no way on this earth Becky Lynch believed anything she said about putting the fans down. There's no way she believed when she said the fans have never been for her and they didn't really care for anything she did. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. WWE is trying to tell you, and I seen Road Dogg on social media arguing with the narrative that people want to see from this, and it's the same shit. It's WWE management putting fans down and pretending like they don't know shit, being called stupid because what they are doing they think is right. No, it's not right. No, it's not right. And I don't know how you work with these people and you work backstage and you have a better idea of what's going on than we do at home and you don't see it. Nobody wants to boo Becky Lynch. Nobody wants to boo Becky Lynch. This is why I stated she's not a heel. I don't think she's a heel yet. At all. For the simple reason of her, she's being miscast. She's being portrayed in a way that does not make sense. That does not make a heel. All because she says something that really doesn't resonate with the fans, yet the fans are still cheering for her at every twist and turn. That a heel does not make. Nobody wants to boo Becky Lynch. And again, with Roman Reigns? Why don't you follow the natural progression of where the character is taking his character and what the fans are giving back to you, instead of fighting it and trying to pretend the fans are stupid? That's what WWE, they're doing the same thing with Becky Lynch like they're doing with Roman Reigns. The fans want to cheer, and WWE is going to push Becky Lynch as a heel. I don't understand how that is. How does that work? How does that make sense to anybody? Like, I understand if you want Becky to turn heel, but don't have her come out and say shit that is blatantly untrue. You're going to shoot yourself in the fucking foot at that point. And why would we book Becky Lynch to be a heel? Why would we boo Becky Lynch to begin with? Becky Lynch didn't do anything wrong. She's a babyface that's been suppressed for 2 fucking years. The fans know Charlotte shouldn't be where she is. Just look at the narrative. Look at the narrative that you wrote. Charlotte beat Asuka for the streak. What happened from that? Nothing. She turns around and loses to Carmella twice. And then she goes away for a month, comes back, does nothing, and gets a title shot. And then wins the title. Becky Lynch never took time off. Becky Lynch was never hurt. Becky Lynch was always the one woman that people wanted to see. The one woman people wanted to cheer. The one woman people wanted to see champion. You're trying to give me something that doesn't make sense. You're giving me something and forcing something on the fans that they don't want. Instead of following what the fans are pretty much your cheat sheet. They're telling you the answers to the test. They want Becky. They don't want Charlotte. Fill in the fucking blanks. I don't need to paint a picture any more clearer for you guys. Yet I'm the negative one, and I watch these shows. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I can't argue a fucking point I see on TV. I'm overanalyzing. It's my job to overanalyze, motherfucker. If I don't overanalyze, you don't get the fucking point. You'll be like everybody else in this brainwashed fucking community. Do the right thing. The roles need to be reversed. Charlotte's father is the greatest heel this business has ever seen, and you're pushing her as a babyface. What sense does that make? Charlotte stole Becky's spotlight. Becky's doing anything that a babyface would do. Get frustrated, stand up for herself, and just that will fuel the fans to rally behind her 10 times more than they are now, so that we see her get what she deserves. And then WWE conveniently books Carmella versus Charlotte next week in a rematch for the Women's Championship. That's another puppet-esque maneuver by WWE. Who the fuck is going to boo Charlotte against Carmella of all people? So they want to suppress that by booking that match immediately next week. What's going to happen when Becky interferes? What's going to happen when Becky has another big brawl at the end of the match? Are people going to boo Charlotte? Are people going to cheer Becky? And then what? Are you going to realize that your storyline and you trying to web a narrative that you think is right, yet make the fans look stupid, is worth it? Again, I hope it fails. Becky is not a heel. When Becky starts acting like Tommaso Ciampa and starts getting reactions like Tommaso Ciampa, then I will come on here and say she's a heel. As long as she's getting reactions the way that she is, and WWE is portraying her the opposite of that, she's not a fucking heel. Same thing with Roman Reigns. They're portraying him as a babyface, yet all we see is hatred everywhere this guy goes. That does not make him a heel. You can't book him as a superhero, but he gets negative reactions everywhere. That does not a heel make. Same thing with Becky. That is not a heel. Fuck out of here. Do the right thing. Don't take your fans' intelligence for granted. There are a lot of intelligent people who watch your program. The one thing we ask is if you don't make us look fucking stupid. And we see through everything. I highly, highly doubt WWE is going to pull the wool over our eyes with this Braun Strowman Roman Reigns situation. Same thing with the Becky Charlotte situation. And for the women's revolution, why don't you shut the fuck up and embrace what the real evolution, or where the real evolution began, instead of using them as highlights and suppressing them while you push Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey and all these other fucking reality TV stars. I'm sorry Sasha Banks and Bayley aren't on reality TV. Maybe if Sasha Banks got a fucking tit job and was on the E! Network, maybe she'd be in the main event of Evolution. You're going against everything that the beginnings of this evolution stood for. And you're pushing it and making it into a fucking joke. People will see that. That's the opening to this fucking show. And we're going to be talking about Evolution. We're going to be talking about why Alexa Bliss and Trish Stratus were announced for the show. Well before anything else was announced. I got news on Asuka and backstage plans for Asuka. I got news on WWE, more specifically, Vince McMahon reaching out to AJ Lee to be in Long Island for Evolution on October 28th. We're going to talk about it all right here on episode 236, part number 1 of Off the Script. Off this shitty fucking product by coming on here and speaking the fucking goddamn truth about this fucking filth.
I can book a better show taking a fucking dump after eating my fucking Chipotle chorizo with extra cheese.
I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Have I ever? Of course not.
WWE is great, man. Fuck you, Japan, and Kenny Omega, Okada. Delete! What is it, man? Can I suck your dick? What is it, man?
And this is the #1 fucking podcast.
Right here on YouTube.com!
This is Off the Script. Listen, man, I go hard, and you know, I may be polarizing to some people. I may not be everybody's cup of coffee, but, you know, the things that are important to me, you know, I'm 36 years old. I don't like to be taken for a goddamn fool. I'm very opinionated on the things that I love. And I watch this shit every fucking week. And I dedicate my fucking life and career to this product and to these people that I watch every week. And those who I feel deserve an opportunity, I will speak up about it. And that entire opening could be a fucking show. You know, and here I am giving you guys, you know, another part of the podcast where we're going to go over news and rumors. That could have been a whole fucking podcast in itself. And like I said, I know I may be a polarizing figure to some, but man, I got to get some things off my chest sometimes. It's a very subjective world, is professional wrestling. And if you don't agree with me, so be it. But I know for a fact I am right. And all because you might not agree with it, that doesn't mean I am wrong. It just means that you don't like to hear someone else's opinions. And those same people will come back to me and curse me out, and then I have to give a swift bench. But that doesn't mean I'm wrong in anything that I stated. You're just too blind to open up, and you haven't stepped outside your bubble to really know what's going on. So if anybody found that to be a little harsh or a little direct, I apologize. But, sometimes I got to get my point across from yelling. And that's exactly what I did in a very forceful manner, which I really shouldn't be doing because my voice is still not 100%, and I got to get ready for All In. All In. I'm going to be flying out to Chicago on Tuesday. I don't believe it, man. I'm going to be in Chicago on Tuesday. I hate flying, but I got to do it. It's 2 hours. But it's going to be great, man. I got a whole meet and greet set up. I have a podcast row all day Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 midnight. It's going to be fucking crazy. I don't know what's going on. I'm all set. I got banners. I got table runners. I got business cards. I got portable mics just in case Kenny Omega walks over and I got to ask him how many times he played Final Fantasy VII. Anyway, man, it's going to be a good deal. Soon as we get to Chicago, I'm gonna let you guys know of everything. I may even let you guys in on what's going on this weekend because I want to really get the word out there. So most of you guys who are planning to go to All In, I want you guys to meet up with me. I'll be at Podcast Row. I got a meet and greet. I got a fucking table reserved at Buffalo Wild Wings, 1 block away from the Sears Center. So if you're gonna do anything before All In on Saturday, you come into my meet and greet. We're going to have fucking beer, and we're going to have buffalo wings, and then we're going to go to All In. That's what we're doing. And it's going to be set up right before we got to go in. It's going to be great, man. We'll talk about that more this weekend on Off the Script. This weekend, this will be the only show I'm doing from my desk here in the Bronx. Today, you're getting Off the Script here. When I have to record for Saturday, you might find that the backdrop is a little bit different. I am going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I'm driving down to South Jersey. It'll be my final weekend there, going there, and I'm going to the Stand-Alone Wrestling Convention at the Claridge Casino. I'm going to be handing out business cards. I'm going to be vlogging. It's going to be cool, man. It's going to be a nice, chill atmosphere. I'll have a cold beverage in my hand. We'll have a good time. So if you guys are going to that, or if you guys are listening to this and you're going to be there and you bump into me, come up and say what's up, man. It's going to be a good deal. I already reached out to Grim. Grim's going to be there. He's got 2 tables reserved. We may end up shooting a little angle ourselves there. I already spoke to him about it. We'll see what happens, what we got planned, but I'm going to say what's up to him. So if you guys are going to be in Atlantic City, it's going to be great. Like I said, I won't be doing the show Saturday here. I'll be there, so I might record tomorrow night, Friday, and I might get it up on Saturday. So if you guys see the backdrop, I'll be at the Hard Rock Casino. I'm getting a room there. I usually stay with my best friend Sean, who lives in the neighboring town over. But I can't stay with him because every time I stay with him, him and his 4 kids get me deathly ill, and I can't be deathly ill before I go to Chicago. I need to be at full strength, and I usually come back to New York with the flu of some sort. So I'll be at the Hard Rock Casino, Hard Rock Cafe, whatever. I'll be doing the podcast from the hotel room, crossing my fingers, hoping upon a fucking star that the Wi-Fi in the casino and the Wi-Fi in the hotel is good enough to upload a show. Because the convention is happening on Saturday morning. I'll probably be there most of the day. I'll probably grab a few drinks, and then who the fuck knows where I'll be on Saturday night. So that's what's happening there. So if you guys are going to be in town, come on out, man. Come on out. SummerSlam was fun. SummerSlam was a lot of fun, man. I gotta thank Justin LaBar for allowing me to hang with his crew, Ticket Drew, Jeff, and Demon Diva, Issa, if you guys know Demon Diva. She actually, we had a nice little trade-off for SummerSlam. We got tickets to SummerSlam. She paid for the tickets. I bought her drinks at the Barclays Center, which are astronomical. I mean, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous what they charge for not only food, but drinks there. And then we met up with Ticket Drew. We got a beautiful tour of his luxury suite, and we actually watched the last third of the show from his luxury suite with him and Justin LaBar. It was a damn good fucking time, man. I had a blast. We went out for drinks afterwards. We had some vodka tonic. We talked some WWE. We had some good food. And it was a good time, man. So I want to thank Justin. I want to thank Jeff. I want to thank Issa. And I want to thank Ticket Drew for literally everything, man. Good people in and around the community. And I'm glad to call all of them friends. So thank you guys so much for making SummerSlam weekend another enjoyable one and a memorable one. Next year, I'm hearing it's going to be in Toronto, so I better hop on getting a fucking passport ASAP, because I'm hearing Toronto is good for some craft beer. So we might have to have some fun in Toronto in 2019. That has not been announced yet, but hopefully very, very soon. House of Glory was on Friday with High Intensity 7, that SummerSlam weekend. If you guys at all, and I urge you to go watch what House of Glory posted on their YouTube channel, man. You know, it's fucking funny how the pro wrestling landscape could be such a great atmosphere, and then it could just house the most saltiest of individuals. I've been promoting House of Glory pretty heavily. It's what I do. I work for them. I love them. I love the position I have there. You know, they're my family. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that more eyes, the most eyes, get on them. I posted a highlight on Instagram, on my Instagram stories, of the main event with Anthony Gangone and the Amazing Red. And apparently a rival promotion or another independent promotion was going head-to-head that weekend with House of Glory. And they made a big deal about it. There was like internal worry and this and that. There was a war of words. There was some conflict going back and forth between House of Glory and this other company. And they got literally shit on. They got shit on. Because if anybody is going to make sure that we are on top, it's the people in charge of House of Glory, and that's Brian and the Amazing Red. And they pulled off the most flawless of flawless shows. And they had a main event that was legitimately one of the best matches all SummerSlam weekend. This match could have rivaled Gargano and Ciampa at TakeOver. That's how great it was, in my honest opinion. And we had the Amazing Red versus Anthony Gangone in a House of Glory World Championship match. No ropes match. And that was the main event of High Intensity. And I posted a clip from this match. It was Gangone superplexing Red off a ladder onto an exposed ring. He pulled up the mat, or Red pulled up the mat, and got superplexed on the wood. And I was like, I said something in my Instagram story. I told you guys not to get lost in New York. SummerSlam weekend. This is a real main event. Maybe next time you'll listen to me. So, saltiness all around. Saltiness all around. But they don't know what I do here. I usually shit on things that I don't like. And I'm very opinionated. So if you don't like what comes out of my mouth, tough shit. Tough shit. Okay? I'm the one with the growing audience. So next time you want to come at me with some bullshit, you know, you will be put in your place. So I want you guys to go watch what happened with the Amazing Red and Anthony Gangone, man. I swear on my fucking family. If you guys don't walk out of that match, or if you guys don't walk away from watching that match without saying, oh my God, or turning away, or cringing at the sheer sight of some of the shit that was done in that match, I would be shocked. It was absolutely fucking phenomenal. And I have to shout out Red for being just an unbelievable performer. You know, someone who doesn't need to be doing this at all anymore because he has nothing else to prove. Continues to get better every fucking time I see the man in the ring. And Anthony Gangone, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if he listens to the show. I don't know if he listens to what I do here. But when I started at House of Glory a year and a half ago, I feel like I have a keen instinct on talent. I seen him and what he's done. The first time I seen him in the ring, the legitimate first main event for House of Glory that I called included him and Ricochet. It was him and Ricochet in the fucking main event. Seriously. You know, you can't get any better than that. And from where I seen him then to where I see him now, man, I swear on everything that I've done with this channel, if he is not in NXT and if he is not leading the charge in NXT within the next couple of years, man, I would be absolutely floored. That's how good he is. And he proved to everybody on the indie circuit what this guy's fucking capable of, the lengths that he will go. He proved how much he loves this business. I know how much he loves what he does. And all you needed to do was watch that fucking match. And I may be bragging, I might be hyping it up, I might be stroking their egos a little bit to some. It's how I genuinely feel. I didn't know a goddamn fucking thing that was going to come out of that match. And I like it that way. I like it that way. And if you guys want to go watch that, it's on their YouTube channel right now. I literally urge everyone. This video is going to do 20,000 views. I want every fucking one of you to go over there and watch that match. I am going to leave you the link down in the comments below, and I'm going to put it in the annotation above that you see in the top right corner. Go and watch it. You will be doing yourself a major disservice. It will be a crucial error this weekend if you don't go watch. Please do so. And we got clips coming up with Bully Ray. Bully Ray came out. He confronted Sami Callihan. And it's just great. Austin Aries versus Ken Broadway's going up. That's the match that me and Solomonster did on play-by-play. He was color, I was play-by-play. And it came out fucking great, man. I can't wait to see what goes on with that shit. All this shit's coming, man. You got to keep up with House of Glory social media. They're going to be pumping out content like this. You got to keep up on it. We got 2 events, September 15 and October 5th. If you're not at these events, again, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Seriously, hogwrestling.net. I want you guys to go to my Twitter. Follow me on there, at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications, man. We are on our way. We are well on our way to 97,000 subscribers, man. I feel it. I'm getting excited. We're getting towards 100. And once we hit 100, we get that silver play button. And all my fucking work, my blood, my sweat and tears, the shit that I've lost, that I hold near and dear to my fucking soul for this fucking channel. The work that I put into this channel will all be just a culmination of all that into that fucking play button, man. So if I get emotional, please don't zing me. It's coming. On our way to 97,000. Fucking awesome, man. Please, I want you guys to go take care of my sponsors, man. Without them, this show would not be possible. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. I want to thank Pro Wrestling Tees for being such a huge part of what I do here, man. Barbershop Window is affiliated with Pro Wrestling Tees. I actually have a Pro Wrestling crate to unbox, and we're going to do that. I got it sitting here, and I completely forgot about it, and I did open it up. I didn't even know what the fuck was in it. I did cut the tape. We're going to open that up today. But Pro Wrestling Tees owns Barbershop Window, and without those guys, man, I wouldn't have a place to sell my merchandise. Summer Scam t-shirt on sale in 2 different colors. There are 17 designs in total with more coming. The ideas that I have, man, it's going to be awesome. So please, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Use code BSHOP20 to get 20% off every single order that you guys do on Barbershop Window. I got a shout out. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Levi. You're from Australia, brother. Unfucking believable. Levi bought almost every fucking shirt on the store. Within the last 2 weeks, he's bought literally every fucking design on the shop, man. You are an absolute fucking monster. And he's a Patreon. So thank you so much, brother. You are an absolute beast. Harry's, man. Harry's. Without Harry's, this beard, and it's looking pretty grisly. I got to shave after the show is over, before I go to Atlantic City. Harry's, man. Without Harry's, I would not have the perfectly trimmed beard that I would have right now, man. They are the reason why I look so good. And I look so good because this is the best shave that I've ever had. It is the smoothest shave I've ever had. Their products are out of this world, and I just got notification that they are sending me body wash. They just announced body wash and bar soap that I'm going to be using, and I want you guys to start looking at their other products, man. I will give you a full-fledged review on the podcast when I get those delivered to my house. But right now, if you guys want to try Harry's out for yourself, man, I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be the best shave of your life. Whatever you're using right now, you're going to get rid of, and you are going to be 100% Harry's. Harrys.com/script. You're going to get a razor handle, a razor blade, the foaming shave gel, which a lot of you guys have come to me on Twitter and said, JD, this smells fantastic. You're going to get the shave gel, and you're going to get a razor blade protective case for your traveling needs. So please, go to harrys.com/script. You're going to enter that into your browser. Use our unique link, and all you have to do is pay the shipping and handling. It's $2 or $3 max, and you guys are going to get the best shave of your life. It's going to be waiting for you in your mailbox within 2 or 3 days. So please make sure you guys go do that, man. harrys.com/script. And then audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys go and do that. You guys are going to get 1 month free of Audible, plus you're going to get a free audiobook of your choice. So it's a great way to support the show, and if you guys have already signed up, you guys can give the gift of Audible. Spread the word of audibletrial.com/offthescript, man. It's a great way to support the show. Thank you guys so very much, man. Let's unbox this Pro Wrestling Tees. Pro Wrestling Crate, man. If you guys enjoy what you're seeing here, you're going to go to ProWrestlingCrate.com. You're going to enter whatever subscription service you want. They have different tiers. And then when you go to checkout, you're going to enter the code OFFTHESCRIPT. And you're going to get a huge 20% discount. So again, that's ProWrestlingCrate.com. Enter code OFFTHESCRIPT at checkout, 20% off. And then while you're at it, go over to Twitter and give them a follow on Twitter. PW Crate on Twitter. Easy enough, man. Let's see what's in here. This month, it is big in Japan. Yeah, your sister found out how big in Japan JD really was. Let's see what we got here, man. Oh my goodness, who is this? Big Van Vader. This actually looks like a fucking death metal album cover. Yeah, you guys ever listen to the band Vader? There you go, man. It looks like one of their fucking album covers or something that would be reminiscent of their album covers. That's a fucking awesome t-shirt, man. That is beautiful. I may wear that in Atlantic City, bruh. I may wear that in Atlantic City. I like this color. I love gray. What do we got here, man? This is Ricochet. This actually looks like fucking something right out of Castlevania. Look at this shit. The lettering on the R and the T in Ricochet, dude, looks like something right out of fucking Castlevania. Holy shit. I love this. My God, man, if you guys aren't subscribed to this crate, you are missing out completely. Holy shit. Look at this. This is exclusive, and this is going right on my fucking bulletin board when I hang it up, man. Kenny Omega changed the world the night he won the IWGP United States Championship, man. That is fucking beautiful. That's exclusive only to this. You ain't gonna get that anywhere else. Oh my God. Someone that Roman Reigns should really take a lesson from. We have a micro brawler. I'm not gonna open him now because I don't want trash littered all over the place. Bad boy Tama Tonga, man. There he is. Micro brawlers. Oh my goodness. What do we got here? Look at this. The Ribera Steakhouse in Japan. Their fucking menu. Oh my God. Look at this. The Yokozuna steak. It costs 4,900 yen. And it's 640 grams. Comes with steak, rice, and a green salad. Look at that, man. I don't know if this is a legit fucking menu, but it's making me goddamn fucking hungry. AJ Styles. High Spots Wrestling Network presents AJ Styles Making an Impact. Don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with it, but it's in the box. I got fucking socks. Oh my fucking God. Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta be wearing socks in the wintertime with this fucking goon on them. Look, I got fucking Joey Ryan socks. Oh my God. Holy shit. What am I gonna do with those, bro? What am I gonna do with those? We got a fucking autograph. We got an autograph. There's an autograph in every fucking crate. Who is it? Who is it? Let's see. Uh-oh. I see the WWF Tag Team Championships right there. The old school ones. This looks like a member of the Legion of Doom. It's probably Hawk or Animal. It is Animal. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. It's fucking great, dude. I love that fucking tag. That's Tag Team Championship gold right there. When you were a fucking youngster, you wanted this very championship. That's how fucking prestigious they were. ProWrestlingCrate.com, man. Love it. That Ricochet shirt is coming with me to Atlantic City. No question. Thank you to those guys, and thank you to you guys for everything. AJ Lee. Holy shit. WWE has reached out to AJ Lee for WWE Evolution. WWE put out a poll asking fans who they would like to see at Evolution, and for some reason they included AJ Lee. Now, there's little chance of AJ Lee actually showing up, but seeing how WWE just bankrolled a lawsuit against her husband, CM Punk, but apparently they're keeping their fingers crossed about that one to this very moment. Barn Burners Fired Up podcast has stated that WWE has extended an offer for AJ Lee to come back, if only for one night, for Evolution. And I quote from the podcast, Vince McMahon picked up the phone and he reached out to AJ Lee about returning at the Evolution pay-per-view. AJ has not denied or confirmed this at all. Sources tell Barn Burner Podcast that they're closing in on a deal with AJ Lee. Now, only time will tell if they actually pull in the former Divas champion, but it would be a lot cooler if they actually did. Now, my thoughts on this are this. If there's one woman that needs to be at Evolution, it's AJ Lee. It all started, realistically, it all started with AJ Lee on social media. It started with AJ Lee on social media. It started with AJ Lee when she cut that pipe bomb. It was a worked shoot, just in the same manner in which CM Punk did it on John Cena. It was a worked shoot, and it might have been in Vegas. I don't really know. It might have been. The correlation might have been a very, very weird and rare coincidence. I'm not really sure on where it was, but I know it was with the Bella Twins and whomever else was in the ring at the time. AJ Lee cut this work shoot promo, and everything she said was 100% true. And then all of a sudden, give divas a chance, the equality thing between the men and the women. It was all started because of AJ Lee tweeting Stephanie McMahon. And you don't really hear anything of AJ Lee being a part of the beginnings of Evolution or the Revolution. Even up till now, you don't hear much of AJ Lee. When she was the flag bearer, she raised the flag and got all of this started. If only for one night, if there's one person that belongs on that show to celebrate where the women have come, it is AJ Lee. I don't give a shit what she does on the show. More than likely, she will not be wrestling. If only she's there to grab the microphone and speak to the audience. I think that would make a lot of people happy. But with CM Punk, you know, you're running into the likelihood of it not happening. Yes, we can all sit here and say AJ Lee belongs at Evolution. AJ Lee needs to be there. She's a big focus on where we are now. She started it all, or was one of the ones that started it all. You know, but you do have that one individual looming in the shadows known as CM Punk. Does she do this and take the devil's money? Does she take the McMahon's money to go and do this show when she knows that her husband absolutely loathes everything about WWE at this point in his life, with no regret and no idea if we will ever see him back in a WWE ring, let alone a wrestling ring, period? Does she go and take the devil's money to be at this show and go against her husband? Because I can vividly see CM Punk saying, no, 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 don't do it. Fuck them. You're better than that. But on the other hand, you got to think of it logically. CM Punk's going through a lot of lawsuits lately. He's been out a lot of money with lawyers, winning the case against Dr. Aman. And now in a back and forth with Colt Cabana. If that goes to the courts, he could be out even more money. One has to wonder how well CM Punk, and I haven't heard anything about him being financially in trouble, but one has to, and it's been reported that he's very, very good with his money, but one has to wonder, you know, how much money he will have saved up after everything that he did. And he's not wrestling in the UFC, or he's not fighting in the UFC. He's not wrestling for anybody, anywhere. And he could come back and make multi-millions just for showing up anywhere he wants. The guy could be richer than he has ever been now, at this stage of his life and career, if he came back. He is still the one guy, he is the only guy left that is a legit free agent that could come back and make a fucking impact and swing the pendulum one way or the other. You want a ratings grabber? CM Punk is the legitimate only ratings grabber on the free agent market. And I'm not talking about Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. One has to wonder where he is financially. One has to wonder how much money McMahon is offering AJ Lee to come back. And if she does come back, you know the McMahons get greedy. Will one appearance lead to 2 appearances? Will 2 appearances lead to 4? Will there be a WrestleMania match that we get out of it? You know? AJ Lee can potentially make a boatload of fucking money, millions, for virtually doing nothing, benefiting her family. I don't know what you would do in this case. Do I want to see AJ Lee back? Of course. Do I want to see CM Punk back? Of course I do. I love them both. But with AJ Lee being called up specifically by Vince McMahon, and Vince has always loved AJ from what I read and from what I heard, maybe she goes and does this one thing and then disappears again. For how many years? I don't know. But if there's one person that needs to be there, it's AJ Lee. I don't care. It's the right thing for her to be there. And maybe she says no. Maybe she says no. I don't know. But at least, Vince McMahon was in the right frame of mind to pick up the fucking phone and call this woman and at least reach out to her in a respectful way. Listen, I want you there. You need to be there. This wouldn't have been without you and your push to make things better. If she says no, she says no. But at least Vince McMahon or someone in WWE called her to reach out and offer her a spot on the show. That takes a lot of balls, and I can respect going out there and just, you know, grabbing the bull by the horns and doing that type of thing. It's much better if that happened rather than nobody called her. She feels slighted. She feels disrespected. And then you get even more fucking fire on CM Punk. And fuck you to WWE. And then you get a fuck you from AJ Lee. So at least the offer was made. It's much better than if the offer wasn't made. And she deserves to be there. Let me know what you guys think about that down below, man. I think she needs to be there. I'd love to see her there. Because right now, with what they got going on for this show, I couldn't give a single fuck about what they got going on with this show, especially this Ronda Rousey, Nikki Bella situation that I ranted on in the beginning of this show. So we'll see what happens. There was a weird rumor. I'm going to stick with the Evolution theme here. There was a weird rumor about Lita having a match on this show. And the rumor was that Lita versus Asuka would be taking place at Evolution. Now, while we all know that the Raw Women's title and SmackDown Live Women's title will be on the line, in addition to the Mae Young Classic Final and the NXT title, some special attraction matches are beginning to unfold as well. Now, we all know that Alexa Bliss, and I will talk about this, why Alexa Bliss will lock horns with former 7-time Women's Champion Trish Stratus. Now, that's been announced. It's been one of those things that has been 50-50 mixed reviews. Names like Lita, Beth Phoenix, Michelle McCool have all been rumored to feature themselves or at least to be featured at the event in some capacity. But what they will be doing is kind of still being kept in the dark. The main event will be what this report says, a historic match. I don't know how historic you could... I don't even think historic should be in the same sentence as Nikki Bella. Reports indicate that the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey will headline the event against Nikki Bella. Now, that would be quite the bizarre choice of everybody that you have on the roster. I don't think it's going to make anybody happy at all. But Bliss vs. Stratus was leaked. That sent shockwaves everywhere. People didn't like that initially when they first heard it. So WWE right now, 0 for 2. Now this Lita-Asuka situation, this was actually making the rounds on Monday, and everybody thought that WWE potentially gave away another big-time main event-worthy match. This is Asuka versus Lita. Fans went crazy over this potential leak. However, since Monday, it has been announced that the image that was floating around on social media and the internet was, in fact, a fake, and it was dubbed over for the Bobby Lashley leak, or from the Bobby Lashley leak, the night after WrestleMania. So someone just photoshopped a Bobby Lashley image with Lita and Asuka for WWE Evolution. And these people, they want to get their fucking 15 seconds of fame. You got to do a better job than taking an image from the Bobby Lashley leak and pretending that it's Lita and Asuka for Evolution. So, fans are disappointed that this match won't happen. I'm not interested in that. I could do much better with both women, if you ask me. It would be a definite headline match, and Asuka really hasn't done anything of notoriety since WrestleMania. And she's in desperate need of something important, after especially not being featured at SummerSlam. But can Lita still go? That's the thing. She's been featured in these Battle Royals or the Women's Royal Rumble. Can she still go at her age in a one-on-one match? I don't know. Now, many fans thought that she didn't look quite as fluid or in shape, I guess, compared to Trish Stratus in the Royal Rumble. Trish Stratus looked absolutely fantastic. But if this is going to be, and Lita's going to have a match, I think between now and then she could get ready for a match. And I'm sure all of you fucking suckers would pop for a Lita salt, a Lita moonsault off the top rope for old time's sake. 43 years old is Lita. It will be interesting to see what the former 4-time women's champion has left in the tank if she decides to wrestle at Evolution. I could think of, like I said, much better to do with Lita and Asuka at Evolution. Now, if someone was to go against Trish Stratus, it could have been Sasha Banks, being that one of the biggest points in the Royal Rumble in January was Trish Stratus mocking Sasha Banks' boss pose. And if you want to book, I'm on the boat of booking Ronda Rousey and Natty based off what Ronda did for Natty and the beautiful words spoken on that Monday Night Raw addressing Jim Neidhart's passing. You could do that. Just based off the fact that Natty trained Ronda. But if WWE somehow goes with this Nikki Bella Ronda Rousey situation, you want to put a match on Evolution featuring two women, I could see Beth Phoenix and Natty going at it. They had a back and forth at the Royal Rumble too. All you have to do is look in January, and you'll find things that you could potentially fill this match card with. It's not that difficult. Asuka, I don't know what you would do with Asuka. I really don't. I would book her against Kairi Sane. The way I would book, though, and I know you guys are saying Io Shirai. You could do that, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a hand in the Mae Young Classic. I would book Evolution as a fantasy warfare type match. I really would. I would go and book Asuka versus Kairi Sane. That's what I would do. I would have Ember Moon versus a Bianca Belair. Show the women off. What Evolution needs to be, instead of building this as a propaganda fucking event, as an agenda, you need to use this as a foundation to showcase how equal the women are to the men. You talk about equality. And the men are going out there and giving you 15, 20-minute classics like Rollins and Ziggler, Rollins and Miz, shit like that, right? And we're seeing these great matches on NXT with Adam Cole and Ricochet, right? The women need to be given the same opportunity and they need to be free of the chains to do that same thing. Don't book this as a political fucking agenda that you're going to brag about on social media or brag about at some fucking, ESPN function. You need to build this up and showcase the equality that these women have on the same level as the men. I want to see genuine talent shine here. I don't want to see matches that are going to be mainstream only, because then you're not really living up to the revolution in itself. You're living up to the political push to make stockholders happy and to get mainstream attention, and then leave out those who truly made this revolution special. I don't want it filled with part-timers either. If you're going to feature talent, then let the talent shine and take the fucking handcuffs off. Asuka and Lita, there was no way that was going to excite me whatsoever. You could do better than that, and I'm glad it ended up being fake. Moving on, man. We got news on why Alexa Bliss and Trish Stratus was announced so early. And this makes sense as to why it was announced so early, but, to me, it really wouldn't be a match that excites me enough to go out and legitimately buy tickets. A few people have asked why WWE announced Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss on Saturday night instead of waiting a few weeks during the main event hype for the Evolution pay-per-view. The reason that the match was announced so early is because tickets go on sale this week. I believe they go on sale today. And WWE wanted to get the word out to fans in Brooklyn, since Evolution will be taking place just a short drive away at the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, in Long Island. The pre-sale starts at 11 p.m. And people who attended SmackDown Live could have bought tickets already by using codes PPV and PPV2. The general on-sale date is this Friday. I'm going to be keeping a very keen eye on how this sells, and I'm sure I'll be getting updates from Ticket Drew on Twitter. Evolution will feature over 50 women, including names from the past, women from every brand. Every women's title will be defended, and the Mae Young Classic Finals will take place on that show. In addition to the women from the active rosters, they are also advertising Lita for the show, which we just mentioned. Another name expected to be there is Michelle McCool. They will be contacting other ex-WWE superstars. Like I mentioned already, AJ Lee was contacted by Vince McMahon himself, perhaps in some sort of multi-woman tag team match or a battle royal, which kind of lessens the effect of the Royal Rumble, and we've already seen a meaningless battle royal at WrestleMania. No reason to do the same thing for the sake of filling the card. Let's just fill out the card with matches that genuinely will get people excited instead of putting everybody on the show for the sake of getting everybody on the show, okay? The one name many fans like to see or would like to see is AJ Lee. Like I told you, Vince McMahon had already contacted her. Caitlyn did an interview last month, and she didn't think we'd see Lee in a WWE ring anytime soon because of the issues between WWE and CM Punk. It's worth noting that Lee is dominating a WWE.com poll on fans, on who fans want to see on this particular show. Alexa Bliss and Trish Stratus, to me, not enough to sell me on going to Long Island. I'm sorry. It's not. Obviously, tickets will, go faster once they announce everything else. The Mae Young Classic has yet to be aired on WWE Network. With that might generate more excitement depending on how well that tournament came off. We'll see what happens, man. All I hope for with this event is that it doesn't mimic what we see on the main roster. It needs to have more of an NXT type feel. That's all I will say about Evolution. And I know you guys are with me on that. Backstage plans for Asuka on SmackDown Live. Could we be seeing the Empress of Tomorrow turn into a villain? Asuka has been a rather fascinating individual over the last few years on NXT. She debuted in NXT, never lost a match, eventually vacating the NXT Championship, or Women's Championship. Soon after that, she came up to the main roster and continued her undefeated streak, only to fall to Charlotte, Roman Reigns, Flair at WrestleMania 34. It's been downhill from there for her, and it might be time for a change in Asuka. According to the Wrestling Observer Radio with Meltzer and Alvarez, there is talk of turning Asuka heel to freshen up her character. Asuka is on a bit of a downward spiral at the moment, having lost her 2 pay-per-view title shots in a row to Carmella. These plans might be made up in the air, or might be put into effect after Becky Lynch turned heel, apparently on SummerSlam night, after she lost to Charlotte and Carmella in a 3-way. Asuka hasn't wrestled on television since July 24, where she defeated Billie Kay. You might realize that if you're watching WWE television, that Asuka coming out of WrestleMania was doomed to fail. As soon as WWE ended that streak, they did no favors to Asuka. And Asuka would have been okay if she wasn't treated like a fucking afterthought in a feud with Carmella. They put her in a position to lose to Carmella twice. She lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania, and then Charlotte went away after Charlotte lost, like I said, to Carmella, to get her breast enhanced or fixed. She had a leaky breast. So what is that actually doing to Asuka? It is harming Asuka. It is harming her. And her entire aura, everything that Asuka was built on, was being unbeatable. And you absolutely threw all of that away. And now it's to a point where she hasn't been on television since July 24th. She missed the second biggest show of the year. She still has not been on SmackDown Live. She's forgotten. You took something that Triple H built over 900 days for and made Asuka seem like a fucking afterthought. Shame on everybody in WWE. And how they treated Asuka is a prime example of how I hope no one gets demoted to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. It's god-awful. So the idea of turning her might not sound like a bad idea, but it's got to be done right. Are they going to do it now that they're giving this position to Becky Lynch? Are they going to go back on Becky Lynch and do what I asked? And make her a babyface? or keep her a babyface and make Charlotte heel? Because I could see Becky versus a heel Asuka. I could see that. I think that would be a great match and a great feud for SmackDown Live. We'll see what happens. Hopefully WWE is willing to correct the ship of wrong that is Asuka and put effort into rebuilding Asuka. Because I don't believe how you take that from NXT and you somehow fucked all of that up. I really don't understand it. There is a podcast that the Busted Open Radio guys did with Rebby Hardy. And she revealed Matt's current status on WWE television. Now, what she said is very disappointing. And I hope Matt doesn't have to walk away from an in-ring career. But I do think if and when that time comes, he is going to be in the WWE family. It's only right. He's not going to go back and work for anywhere else. Matt Hardy's wife, Rebby, actually revealed his current status on WWE television. He's taking steps towards a career outside of the ring. And he's been learning the ropes, becoming a WWE producer. If you watch his Instagram or if you watch his Twitter, he's just presenting himself away from the woken, broken stuff. And he's a little bit more professional. There's pictures of him working backstage. And he's teasing life after wrestling because right now it's all up in the air. Hardy was actually backstage working during the SummerSlam pay-per-view. And he's taking time away from the ring. Busted Open Radio did an interview with Rebby Hardy, Matt's wife. And she talked about her husband's future in the WWE. Rebby actually confirmed that Hardy is taking time off to reevaluate whether he will continue his wrestling career and that he is working in a backstage capacity with WWE until that decision is made. She also revealed that Matt's contract with WWE is expiring in March, meaning that this will likely be the deadline on when a choice over his in-ring career will be made. She said on Busted Open, Matt is good. Matt right now is going through a bit of a transitional period. He's not really sure what he's going to be doing. His contract is up in March, which I'm not sure many people are aware of. But there's sort of a decision to be made at this point as to whether or not he should continue his in-ring career or if he should pursue something different, which he would be totally up for and would be excited to do. I feel like he's right now giving it a go backstage. He was at SummerSlam. He was not on the card, but he was there, and we're kind of going to see from here. It's really a transitional time right now, end quote. Hardy last competed in the ring a week ago alongside Bray Wyatt in that tag team in a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team titles against the B Team in the Revival, which they lost. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer radio show recently stated that Hardy will undergo rehab treatment after the revelation of his injury scare to his back, meaning it might be some time before we see him in the ring again. Jason Jordan is another one who WWE has up in the air as far as a return date for. He was backstage along with Matt Hardy, learning to become a producer for the WWE. You guys have been asking me, JD, what's going on with Jason Jordan? Jason Jordan right now, no timetable at all for a return. With Matt Hardy, we understand that he's learning to become a producer. The same could be said about Jason Jordan. Dave Meltzer reported this week that Jordan was seen shadowing producers since there is no timetable for his return from his neck issues. PW Insider Mike Johnson reported that Jordan was the producer on SmackDown Live for Peyton Royce versus Naomi. And we'll see how he does in the coming weeks, because it looks like Tuesday's show was start of a long-term feud between Naomi and the Iconics. So, I'm glad, just like Paige. We all were upset when Paige retired, right? And we don't know if Paige is ever going to make a return to the WWE in a ring as a performer. She's doing fantastic as the general manager on SmackDown Live. She's a breath of fresh air compared to Kurt Angle. But there is life after your WWE in-ring career. Can you imagine Matt Hardy as a producer, how much knowledge over his 25-year career that this guy has, that he could turn around and give Everybody else on the roster, the young guys coming up through NXT, this guy's an invaluable asset. This guy lives and breathes tag team wrestling. The mental state in which he's lived in wrestling, what this guy is thinking, the psychology that goes through this guy's head that he was not able to do, he can turn around and give that to somebody else. Can you imagine how great the tag team division would be if WWE gets their shit together? And then you guys got guys like Arn Anderson and Matt Hardy working alongside these guys? I mean, that's unbelievable. There's no other promotion in the world that has fucking the knowledge at their fingertips like WWE does. Same thing goes for Jason Jordan. You know, Jason Jordan might be young. You know, I hope it's not a case where he has to retire early. My God, that would be terrible. He's got so much potential as Jason Jordan. And I'd love to see him come back. I think he does have a place on Monday Night Raw. But how great of a wrestler he already was at such a young age. You can imagine what he would do if he was to live vicariously through other younger talent on the main roster and give his point of view as a producer. You know, that could be great. That could be a great role for him. You know, once you're in the business, I'm assuming it's very difficult to leave the business. And that's why Shawn Michaels moved from Texas to relocate his family to Florida to teach at Full Sail University. And look at NXT. Look at the team Triple H has put together down there for NXT. You got to be out of your fucking mind if you don't want to go down there and learn to be a professional wrestler. To learn from Shawn Michaels? To learn from all these Hall of Fame guys, William Regal, Matt Bloom? Come on, man. You know? Shawn Michaels, you could tell Shawn Michaels how proud he is of the work he's doing. One of the tweets after TakeOver was over in Brooklyn this past weekend. The one tweet that he sent out was, all he said was, follow that. That's a man that's fucking proud of his work. You know when you watch that Adam Cole Ricochet match that was Shawn Michaels. Come on, man. Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan, I hope for the best. You know, I hope that we see again the broken gimmick reborn on WWE television, but this time done the right way. Maybe Matt and his condition was hindering him from what he really wanted to do. He knew that he would eventually end up in this position, that he couldn't do what he wanted to do. Maybe that was it, and we gave him a hard time. I don't know. But Jason Jordan, I hope his injury is not as serious to where he has to pull an edge and retire, quickly. I don't even know how old he is, but way too young. So I hope for the best. And like I said, Matt Hardy working as a producer in WWE, man, that could be an invaluable fucking asset, man. That could be some good shit for WWE if they allow him to be Matt Hardy. Can't wait to see what happens, and we'll see what happens come March, man. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? To me, I think he's WWE for the rest of his career. I'm getting out of here, man. I need sleep. I need to get ready for Atlantic City. I'll see you guys down at the Standalone Wrestling Convention today. I'm recording this on Thursday. I was going to say tomorrow. Well, it's realistically for me tomorrow, but for you guys today. And you guys are going to come on up to me, take a picture. You know, I do accept forms of alcohol as payment. So I'm just letting you guys know. But hopefully I'll see you guys there. I'll be wearing my Roman Reigns and Still Not Over Off the Script t-shirt. So come on and say what's up. And I will see you guys on Saturday morning. I will be at the Hard Rock Casino. I'll be filming in my hotel room. It should be cool. It should be a different perspective, a different vibe to Off the Script in the hotel room. And we'll see what happens, man. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And I will be checking. I want to see if you guys are really going to, not let me down on this one, man. I want you guys to go and watch that Red Gangone match. Believe me, it is a cinematic, fucking epic, just wrestling 1 hour clinic. It's fucking awesome. Go and watch it. And let me know what you guys think about that down below. I'm getting out of here, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you all on Saturday for part 2 of Off the Script. Until then, have a great Friday. I'll be on my way to Atlantic City as you guys are watching this, listening to some Michael Romeo. And I will see you guys on Saturday for part 2. I'll talk to you later.